Hey y'all, what it is, bitch. So, ignore the fact that I have a bare mattress in the background. I don't even sleep in this room. This is my spare room that I never fucking do anything with but put clothes in and my wigs. But anyway, y'all, I'm mad as hell because I literally uploaded a 13-minute long video a few hours ago explaining that why I've been gone, why I haven't made any videos, because I was forced in a mental hospital. But since YouTube wants to be petty, because I mentioned being strip searched briefly in the video, when I went to the mental hospital, they basically searched me without any clothes, and I mentioned it in too much detail in my last video. And YouTube flagged it as nudity and sexuality or whatever the hell, and that video got deleted, so I'm mad as fuck. So we're gonna retell this story because a lot of people probably didn't even see that video. So I've been gone, I've been gone because let me backtrack. So back in January, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and I ignored it. Basically, I wasn't taking my medicine. I was drinking like a fish. I was drinking like 2 bottles of wine a day. I was drinking bottles of vodka a day. Like, I was drinking like a fucking old man. So basically, I was drinking nonstop. I was not taking my bipolar meds, and I started having suicidal thoughts, and I started hearing voices. The voices would tell me to drown myself in my lake. The voices would tell me to drive myself into a ditch. The voices would tell me to take too many pills and kill myself. So it got so intense to the point that I had to go to an outpatient program. So I started going to this outpatient program, and then for a while, and it was so awkward to tell these people that I was suicidal and that I was having issues, basically. So I would get drunk going into the outpatient program, and the psychiatric nurse at that outpatient program noticed that I was drunk every day I went to that program, and she gave me an ultimatum. She's like, look, if you show up drunk one more time, then you're going to be inpatient. So I just didn't show up anymore. And then she started calling me. She kept calling me, and she's like, Livy, I just want to talk to you. Can you just come back to the center so we can talk? So naively, I went to the center to talk to her. And when I got there, she's like, no, you're going to be staying inpatient. You're not going to miss this many days in outpatient. You're going inpatient. So basically, they manhandle me. They put my arms behind my back, manhandle me like they're trying to arrest me, forced me into the mental hospital, okay? Forced me into the mental hospital. My mom was with me, by the way. My mom's crying because my mom didn't even know I was about to get checked in. I didn't know I was about to get checked in, y'all. She literally called me acting like she just wanted to have a real appointment with me. Okay, so I was floored. I was crying. I was shaking. I was cussing, of course. I was having a full-on panic attack, spaz attack, whatever. And my mom was crying too because she had no idea that they were going to basically admit me, because she thought that she was just going to meet with the psychiatrist and ask about how I was doing. But no, the psychiatrist is like, look, Olivia, you're an alcoholic. You're not taking your bipolar medicine. You're getting worse. You need to be inpatient. I'm not taking no for an answer. And if you leave the property, you're going to jail. So basically, I had two options. I was either go into the fucking mental institution that they wanted me to go and or go to jail. So of course I picked the mental institution. So, they had a 1013 on me. A 1013 means basically you're state mandated. You have to stay in the mental hospital. So I was in there for 7 days. And the reason why YouTube deleted my story time is because I mentioned the strip search, okay? Why is YouTube so damn sensitive, okay? That's what happened. I got strip searched. I'm not going to go into the details like I did in the last video because I don't want this live to get deleted. But they took off my clothes, okay? And then they wouldn't allow me to have my real clothes. My mom couldn't even bring me my real clothes. And she couldn't even really tell me goodbye because as soon as I got there, they grabbed me away from my mom and said, oh, Olivia, you don't need to talk to your mom privately, because if you talk to your mom privately, you guys are gonna leave the building, and then we're gonna have to call the cops. So I really didn't even get a chance to really talk to my mom privately and say real goodbye. I really didn't get a chance to wear real clothes. I literally was in a hospital gown for a whole freaking week with socks. They wouldn't even allow me to have my tennis shoes on because my tennis shoes had laces, and they thought I would choke myself with my own laces, which is stupid because at the time I wasn't even suicidal. So anyway, y'all. And so I was there for a whole week, and all I did was get doped up because, you know, they since I was coming off alcohol, they gave me a lot of detox drugs. Like, I was on a lot of benzoids, so I was half out of it. And, you know, while I was there, I was in constant fear because there was a lot of crazier people in my unit. There was people in there talking to inanimate objects. There were people in there talking to chairs. There were people in there talking to pencils. There were people in there talking to the wall, talking to the ghosts that they see. Like, these people were like insane, and I'm not that crazy, okay? And I know someone in my chat mentioned schizophrenia. I don't have schizophrenia. I had bipolar 1, I had PTSD, and I had panic disorder. I think I was only hearing voices because I was drinking a lot. And I think because I was drinking so much and I was really going through a depressive episode, I was hearing voices because of that. But anyway, back to the mental health, back to the facility. In the facility, they had everything locked down. My bedroom was locked down. Like, I couldn't stay in my bedroom by myself. If I was in my bedroom, I had to have someone watch me. Like, they really thought I was gonna kill myself. I would hear people screaming. I would hear people banging their head against the wall and saying, I want to die, I want to die, I want to die. Like, I was in there with the real insane folks. It was taxing on my mental health. I was scared to go to bed every night, thinking one of the patients was gonna attack, because there was this one girl who kept running up and down the hallway saying, I'm gonna kill all you motherfuckers, I'm gonna kill all you motherfuckers, y'all put me in the crazy house. So yeah, I was in constant fear. I was overly doped up the whole week, so I was high basically the whole week. I could have just done that at home. I have hella drugs here that I not drugs, but medication here that I could have just been high off of. Okay, so basically all they did in that stupid mental facility was overdope me up because, you know, I'm an alcoholic, right? So they made sure I detoxed or whatever. They wouldn't let us go outside, and if we did go outside, it was only for like 15 minutes, and it was like literally an outdoor patio, concrete in. So it was a traumatic experience. I got manhandled, I got strip searched, I got doped up, overly doped up. Most of it was a blur, honestly. I got called a drunk, and I got called incompetent. I got called incompetent by one of the other therapists there. And they said, oh, well, if you don't go to get more treatment, then you're done. Like, you know, then you're done here. We won't treat you anymore. I'm like, well, I don't want y'all to treat me no more. Just let me go. So after 7 days, they finally let me go. It's just a lot, y'all. I felt like a prisoner. I felt so shitty. And I explained it more in my first video, but of course YouTube, you know, is so sensitive now. They deleted all the things I really said. So I hope this is why I've been gone, because I was in a mental hospital for a whole week. And basically, now I'm on medication for my bipolar. I don't hear voices no more. I'm not suicidal anymore. I'm sober. I've been sober for 2 weeks. And that's why I haven't been making any videos, because I've been going through a lot of shit. Okay, a lot of shit. I've been up and down, blah, 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 blah. And I didn't know I was bipolar, you guys. Like, I was misdiagnosed for so many years. They used to just tell me I was depressed. They used to just tell me I had major depression disorder. But no, I had bipolar disorder, I had PTSD, and I had panic disorder. And going to that damn facility has only made it worse. I've literally had nightmares about it because I can still hear the screams of the crazy people that were my roommates. You know, literally, you would hear everyone crying, screaming, banging their head against the wall. You would see people talking to ghosts. You would see people just hallucinating out their damn mind. You would see people picking at their skin, making themselves bleed. It was a gruesome place, and they barely gave me any type of therapy. Okay, and I think they only did this. Because I missed so many days in the outpatient program. Like, you know, at first I was in the outpatient program, and I think they did this to punish me because I would go to the outpatient program drunk. But that was the only way I was able to share. And I hate group therapy. That was the only way I was able to share. The only way I was able to share in the outpatient thing was if I came in kind of tipsy, to be honest, because it's hard to talk about being suicidal. It's hard to talk about having insecurities and wanting to die in front of strangers. They did all this to me just because I didn't attend enough of the outpatient program, and they deemed me incompetent and like I was a delinquent. They manhandled me. They didn't let me prepare. They tricked me into being in a mental hospital. They forced me against my will, and I was straight up telling them when they were forcing me. Like when they put when they put my hands behind my back, I was straight up telling them, like, I don't need this. This is making me panic. I was shaking. I was crying. My mom was crying. My mom saw it all. Okay. All right. It was traumatizing as fuck. I've literally been having nightmares. Anyway, I'm gonna read some of y'all's shit, which I've been saying. How am I feeling? I'm feeling okay, I guess. Yeah. That sounds illegal, not our Olivia. Maybe it is illegal. Maybe I should see some legal action, honey. I'm thinking it. Okay, I've been thinking it ever since I got out. I got out a few days ago. Yeah, they manhandled my ass. They acted like I done robbed a bank and I didn't. They acted like I done beat up an old woman or something. Like I really did something crazy. Like I really did committed a crime. Like they manhandled me. They didn't let me talk to my mom in private. They didn't let me come home and get my stuff when I was there. My mom brought clothes to me, but they didn't even give me my clothes. All I was wearing was a hospital gown and socks. Maybe I think I had one pair of sweatpants, and I wore that the whole damn time. They wouldn't even let me wear the clothes that my mom brought, really. They deemed all my clothes as inappropriate. I guess because my boobies are big. I don't know. So yeah, I'll be back to making more videos. I promise you guys, this has just been a rough patch for me. And I was basically forced to be with a bunch of insane people. And all they did, y'all, was dope me up. I was basically on like 6 different types of benzoids. And I was, things are just blurry, but they'll come back and I'll make a better video. And that hopefully won't get flagged like my last video did. But yeah, a lot of it's a blur, but from what I remember, I was not violated. I'm not gonna say I was violated, but I was strip searched. I was called names. I was overly doped up. I was uncomfortable because I heard screams of other people. Yeah, it was a horrible experience. So yeah, and I don't even, I need to stop this live. I'm having a panic attack thinking about it, but that's the story. That's the story. That's why I've been going. Never go to an outpatient facility. Just get a normal therapist. I should have just did that. I mean, I had a normal therapist, but my normal therapist suggested me to go to this place. So I'm pissed off at my old therapist for suggesting me to go to this fucking place. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story for another time. If it wasn't for my old therapist telling me to go to this place, this would have never fucking happened. Because my old therapist was like, I can't help you anymore, Olivia, because you're having too many suicidal thoughts. You need to be monitored. You need to go to this outpatient place. And then the outpatient place was like, oh no, you need to be inpatient because you're drunk. So yeah, in conclusion, I'm fucked up. All right. Was your therapist YouTube? Huh? No. What are you talking about? Oh, was my therapist white? No, my therapist was a black woman. It's not about race, you guys. The woman who forcefully made me go into the facility and manhandle me was a black woman. My old therapist was a black woman. The man who first told me I had bipolar back in January was a black man. So this is not about race. I don't think this has nothing to do with race. I think it has to do with the fact that there's still stigma on addiction and people with mental health issues. So there was no white people involved in this, really. It was black folks. So this ain't really a racial thing. Just cause all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Anyway, y'all. I'm still pissed off that YouTube deleted that video that I made. It was a great video. I made a whole story time. It was edited to the fucking T. I might make another story time about it on my other channel that's more put together than this, because this is just me rambling, being mad about my experience. But yeah, I hope you guys understood what I was trying to say. My thoughts are going all fucking haywire and crazy. I'm bipolar, so I'm having racing thoughts, and some of the shit that I'm saying probably doesn't make sense to y'all, and everything is just jumbled up. Okay, I'm new on my medicine. Yeah, they said I was incompetent, and they said I was what did they say? I was acting like a delinquent because when I told the psychiatrist who manhandled me that I wasn't ready, she's like, well, you'll never be ready, Olivia. Stop being a delinquent and running from your problems. You'll never be ready. You need to be ready right now. Like, you don't force people to be ready to stay into a mental facility or a psych ward. That's not something you force someone to fucking do. And I went to a rehab facility years ago. Not this one, obviously, but I went to a rehab facility for my alcohol addiction only a few years ago, and it was voluntary. They let me just go there voluntarily, not involuntarily. I wasn't 10-13 there, so why the fuck was I 10-13 here? Anyway, breathe. I'm reading y'all's comments. Hold up. I saw your videos orally, not rambling. Oh, thank you. But anyway, y'all, this is rambling. I'm talking about this being rambling, and I'm mad that YouTube deleted my video because I mentioned the strip search. But whatever. Okay, I'll get over it. I'll eventually get over it. All right. They should be sent there, not you. They sound nuts. Yes, I'm not that crazy. Yes, I may have bipolar, but does not mean I'm freaking nuts. Okay, I'm not insane. I was not in any danger to anybody. I was not trying to fight the therapist. I was not trying to fight anybody, but they deemed me going through psychosis when I wasn't. But yeah, y'all. I hope this all made sense, and I hope YouTube does not delete this shit like they did in my last video. Okay. All right. Bye. You can ask some questions down below. I'll respond to the questions, and if y'all comment on whatever. Okay. I'll see y'all later. Am I still on dating apps? No. All right. Bye.